Hi, everyone, and thank you for listening to this presentation about PlugXR, a cloud-based augmented reality platform. My name is Martin Krona. I'm the co-founder and CMO of PlugXR. And with me, I also have my colleague and founder of PlugXR, Shivaji.
Hello, everyone. This is Shivaji, founder and CEO of PlugXR.
So I want to talk a little bit about what came to develop PlugXR. What was the idea behind this platform and why we spent the last couple of years of developing this? And I want to take you back to an evolution of presentation layer, which we think is really important. In the old days, long before I was born, and many of you listeners and readers were born, the interaction was very static, even moving from very old punch cards to statistic web pages and GUI down to 2G elements. We really believe that the human interaction of bringing a digital object into the physical world, and actually the physical world into the digital object, is the fundamental principle about augmented reality and virtual reality. I listened into a presentation a few years ago by another company, not in this industry, but in a subscription economy. And one of the things that really was really interesting listening is they talked about living in a different era. So if you think about how the product development has been over the past, since the 1970s up to the importance of services in the 90s, of being customer centric in the 20,000, today we talk about a different era. It's no longer about your products or your services. It's a lot more about the interaction with your consumers or your customers, and much more on the relationship perspective. If you go to the next slide. And obviously this caused some confusion and disruptive in the market. So if you look at in the last 15 years, which is astonishing, 52% of the Fortune 500 companies have disappeared. And what we see is that having a great product and a great service is no longer equal being successful. Software is eating the world. And you can see that by so many companies, and with the augmented reality in place, you can see it now moving into hardware companies and retail companies and other industries, healthcare, education, etc. And it's no longer about just selling your products online. You have to create an experience that attracts your users to interact with your services and products in a different way. And this is why we believe that we are entering in not only in the relationship area, but more in the augmented world, where, as I said, the physical world becomes the digital object, and the digital object goes into the physical world. And it's a very different type of market that we're living in. And we see that with some of our clients that we've been helping over the last year. And you can, if you scroll to the next slide, Shivaji. Whether we're talking about big brands such as IKEA, that allows you basically through an application to virtually see how your living room would be with the furniture. It allows you really to move in and really feel, and the gap between the physical world and the digital world is slowly erasing out. Amazon has done a recent launch of their products, and we see products like Airwalk, for instance, creating pop-up shops that allow you to go, similar to what Nintendo did many years ago, basically have a contest and drive customer acquisition and brand awareness using augmented reality. But if you really look into it and say, honestly, is augmented reality mainstream yet? We would say it's not. You have seen big brands today using it, but if you really come to the mainstream, to the mass production of using it, we are far off. And there's a few reasons of this, obviously. One of those is very much high development cost. Developing for augmented reality requires specific development resources. It's no longer just easy to go and find a company who does this. An average price for a developer today using developing on augmented reality is anything around $50 to $60, up to $200-300, depending where in the world you are. So it's very costly. The second thing is the time. Very few people actually know how to develop using augmented reality platforms and SDKs or whatever it is, services. that it's hard to find these people. And by cost and time, you also have a time to market issue. If you add on top of that multiple platforms, ARKit, ARCore, and other SDKs that is out there, you're going to run into very quickly migration issue. How do I make sure that my application has the same experience on multiple hardware? And obviously there is a high dependency and high cost associated with running these campaigns within your company. And this is really what led us to develop PlugXR. We have this vision of enabling augmented reality for everyone.
Right. So, okay. So, before getting into our platform, like I just want to have I just want to share the little story about why this migration point, which is very much key in the industry right now. Let me share my experience. I used to work with the Mitaio SDK, which way back in 2013 to 2015. I spent almost one year of my time to learn that SDK, and I created a couple of applications using Mitaio SDK. But Metaio got acquired by Apple in 2014-15, and they suddenly shut down their company. So, but then it was a big problem for all the developers and all the clients, whoever is developed the applications using that SDK. All of a sudden, they don't know what to do. Like they lost huge money and time and the customers. And that time it was not possible for migrating their existing applications to any other SDKs. So that made complete. It's a disaster for everybody who depended on that SDK. So this is one of the key element which actually realize us to enable this migration issue in our entire platform. So now, what is PlugXR? Like PlugXR, if you see in a simple term, like if you there is a two processes I can explain here. If you see the current development of augmented reality, okay, so if any customers or if anybody have an idea to create augmented reality, they have to hire the developers. Then the developers are also like they have a Unity developer, Android developer, iOS developer, and backend developers. So all these developers also they have to deal with the multiple softwares like installing the Unity 3D, Xcode, Android Studio, and other few third-party SDKs to develop the software application, develop the application. Then they will go, they will sit for days together and they will code it. Then they will publish. Again, you need the same team to develop it. So this process it is a long road. Like you need to spend somewhere around 1.5 months to at least 3 months to create one application. Whereas when it is coming to our platform, it's very simple. Like if you got an idea, you just come to our platform. You don't have to deal with any third-party softwares to install in any particular system. Okay, it's all cloud-based, and you can log in and you can just do drag and drop, and you can publish. Like we can say, like within 1 hour, you can able to create your Android application, iOS application, and even web AR as well. So you don't have to install any softwares also, even including Android Studio and Xcode to create your application. So now, so the features wise, what we are introducing is one is the no coding platform. The two is it's completely cloud based. One you can access from anywhere and anytime, and it's a cross platform. It's not just for cross platform output. It's also we support the multiple SDKs. Like here we have Android AR Core, AR Kit, Vuforia, AR Foundation, and we are also enabling the other developers platforms. And on top of it, we created the simple GUI based no coding platform, so that as a customer you can come and you can choose your own SDK, and you can create the solution for Android, iOS, and web. And also we are working with the HMD devices also. So tomorrow, today you created one application using the Vuforia SDK and you published it, but all of a sudden Vuforia, if it is not available, or if you're not happy with the Vuforia and for some reason, if you want to migrate to other SDK, so without losing your public application, you can able to just disconnect the Vuforia SDK, and you can connect to other SDK, and you can able to still continue with your application. And the best part what we have is the collaboration platform. So the collaboration is some, if you want to involve multiple team members from different locations to work on the same project, you can invite the people to work on the similar same project, and they can also work on the same project, and you can get it done much more faster. Okay, and the best part what we are giving compared to any other products in the market, there are a lot of no coding platforms nowadays we keep hearing, but we are also giving the advanced analytics about um, all your user experiences, like from where they are scanning, and from their what devices they are using, what is their genders and all, what are their geographics and demographics. We are giving a lot of advanced analytics as well. And the best part is also we are giving the white label solutions. So it's all your application. You have your complete source control on your platform, and you can also extend your, like let's say you developed one product, one application using our platform, and you want to extend that platform using your native programming. So you can take this project as it is to your Android Studio or Xcode, and you can also even add the further functionality as well. So this is how our platform works. Like if you see the augmented reality, like we have tracking, image tracking, object tracking, all these different trackings we have. And on top of it, we have all the existing SDKs like AR Core, AR Kit, and all this. Like you can choose any one of these SDK. Either our architecture is like either you can choose the Unity engine, and you can create your application for Android, iOS, web, and other layers, or you can choose our own render engine to create your application, and also you can configure your data to your own database as well. So this is how we have a very flexible and most advanced AR platform to create your any AR applications. So how are we different? So if you look at our market positioning, like how we are different than any other competitors, we are very simple and no and low coding, sorry, low cost and less time platform. Um, Now I think Martin, now over to you.
Thank you. So since we launched this product, and we had the product launch in a beta format for 9 months, because we really want to gather all the feedback from advanced users, such as developer from Unity and other companies, but also obviously having people with no coding experience to actually use our platform. We've had over 4,500 users actually testing and inputting very valuable feedback to us, enabled for us to launch in February this year a full version of our platform. Since then, we have had roughly 2,000 AR apps and experiences created, and we've had several customers actually coming for custom programs in education, to healthcare, to retail. Today, on average, we got customers in about 35, 36 countries, and on average, we have 25, actually, I think it's 30 average registrations per day signing up for our platform. In terms of recognitions, lastly, we are one of the obviously top 5 starters out of these 820 participants. We've had a good year in terms of recognized AR platforms by different magazines and the features in a lot of news outlets over the world. And the leadership team as it is today, obviously Shivaji on the call today is the founder and the CEO. And me being the CMO and co-founder.
Yes.
And Ranga and as a director, and Craig here as a director as well. And as you can see, in terms of our offices, we have a headquarter in the US, me being based in Sweden, looking after our European offices. We have sales offices in France, and the big R&D site, obviously, in India.
Yes, we are almost completed the session. So this is time for the question and answers.
Hi, Shivaji. Thanks so much. That was fantastic. So, I'd love to hear. It sounds like you did a lot of kind of user testing, both with those who are proficient in Unity and Unreal, and then also from some less experienced users. Can you talk a little bit about some of the feedback you got from the less experienced users, and were there any challenges? And then it sounds like you've done a lot to really address that. So, I'd love to hear a little bit about that.
Sure, thank you. Like we have launched the beta version way back almost. It's been almost 4 months. We launched, and so far we got more than 5,000 as on date, like 5,500 plus beta customers. They are using our platform, and we are getting almost 90% of customers. They are giving the positive feedback, and they're coming up with, okay, why don't you enable this feature? Like they're giving the very good feedback on, okay, enable these features so that it will be useful for us, something like this. Like it's a pretty much positive feedback what we got, and there are about 1,500 plus experiences which is created based on our platform, since it is it is supporting multiple SDKs like Vuforia, AR Core, AR Kit, AR Foundation, and the best part is it works on top of Unity 3D as well. So it's the best platform for any developers or non-developers or any creative people to come and try, and quickly they can get the hands-on experience with our platform.
Ah, that's fantastic. So, can you share maybe just a case study, or maybe one of your customers who's had some success?
Yes. So we have one of the state government there. They have released one of a educational kit, which is almost for a kindergarten segment. They created about 120 different experiences for education segment, and they released this each kit to almost there are 10,000 plus schools. They are using each educational kit, but which is developed on our platform. And apart from that, there is a museum which is used in India, so which is one of the state they are using, one of the government they're using museum augmented reality application as well. So, and for every industry we have one case studies as well.
Excellent. That's fantastic. So, thank you so much. The presentation was really informative. We're going to move on to our next panel, but thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.